Hey y'all, thanks for joining me on the mat today. Good to see you guys. If you are choosing this option, this is the very sweet, smooth, restorative option. So we're gonna move real nice and easy. And we're gonna move deeply and with purpose. And yeah, it should be about say 25, maybe 30 minutes. We'll see how things go. So great opportunity if you're on a lunch break or if you just want to have a little added relaxation in the afternoon or whenever it is you might be practicing. So go ahead and grab your mat, get set up. You can see that I have just a little bit of a pillow. So if you want a little added cushion for your relaxation, you're more than welcome to go ahead and get that. And if not, no worries. We'll be able to make it work as well. And so from here, let's go ahead and take a couple really deep grounding breaths in, out. Another deep breath in, out. And then go ahead and keep the eyes closed. You can gently move the shoulders back in space just a few degrees. Feeling your sits bones directly underneath the shoulders. And then see if you can't find a little bit more strength in your midsection that enables a bit of lift. And feel even the space between your ears lift and lengthen as your sits bones also become a little bit heavier. And drawing another deep breath. And as you exhale, as if you're blowing through a straw. And continue this way for the next few breaths. I'm going to share a quote on a kind of quiet strength that I know I've been coming to lately. Where is strength found? Not only in the highs, but neither only in the lows. It is found in the grasslands, in the wastelands, and the footpaths in between them, in your laments, your anthems, in the quiet hours in between. Strength can arise in all these places unexpected. Allowing those words to just kind of settle in around you. And then asking yourself, in what areas of your life are you looking to cultivate strength, fortitude, steadiness? Give yourself just a moment, a breath or two to reflect. And then once you're ready, set down an intention for yourself. Making a commitment to maybe build a little bit more strength in any one area of your life. And then to seal all of our collective intentions together, and take a deep breath in through the nose. And then open the mouth, let it out. And slowly begin to blink open the eyes. Hey y'all, it's a good day to move. Let's go ahead and shift over onto the mat. So finding a comfortable seat in any area. And then let's go ahead and swap out the cross on our legs. So you're taking the opposite foot in front. And then beginning to breathe up through the fingertips, lifting up and open, getting a little opening in the shoulders. Lift the gaze. As you exhale, extend the arms long alongside the body. Begin to tilt the jaw and the forehead down towards the earth. Inhale. Sweep the arms back up. Once again, opening through the shoulders. Take the gaze high. Exhale. Release. The chin, chest on down, closer to the floor, lifting up through the fingers. One last time, breathing intensively through the arms, opening yourself up like you were a funnel for all good things. Opening up to power, to strength, to light and love. And this time, capture all of that in your hands and bring that energy down to the heart. Gather in another full deep breath. Exhale. Release. Relaxing the hands on down towards the thighs. Go ahead and breathe the right hand up and over towards the left knee. And then the left hand's just going to crisscross over here towards the right. So you'll have kind of this X shape with the arms. Pressing down through the shins, begin to lift up through the crown of the head, allowing the skull to lift up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Exhale, bow it on forward. Relax the forehead down towards the earth. And get a nice lengthening to the back of the neck. Inhaling on up. This time, exhale your left cheek on down towards the earth. So you're stretching out the right hand side of the neck. Lifting back up towards the center line. Exhale, dip the right cheek on down. So feeling the back left exterior of the neck. Inhale once more towards the center line. Then exhale. Begin to then bend into the elbows so that your hands are coming up to either opposite shoulder, or you might even take another bind. So you're finding these are called eagle arms. Garudasana is the posture in Sanskrit, or at least this posture with the arms. Lift up through your fingertips, and we'll start to stretch into the neck and shoulders just a little bit more. As you're lifting up through the fingers, begin to bend into the waist as you guide the hands on down towards the earth. Lifting up once again, feeling your fingertips ease up and really press the heels of your hands together as you feel as though your shoulders are trying to shift away. Coming back on down. And then last time, we'll come back up towards the center line. Begin to unwrap the arms out so that your arms are now gliding parallel towards the earth. Bend into the wrist. And so for me, I'm usually pretty tight in the neck and shoulders. I can already feel this. It's kind of like a deep, nervy stretch. We're going to start to take little circles here. And from little circles, we'll make bigger and bigger circles, opening up and over and up and over so that gradually the shoulders are going to get even wider. And then once you feel like you can't expand anymore, go ahead and then reverse the direction. And so from these really wide circles, we'll start to make our way down to smaller and smaller circles, coming all the way back towards the center line. Hugging in and across the horizon. Yeah, just like that. Another deep breath in. Exhale. I'm going to take the opposite arm over towards the opposite leg. For me, that's the right one over to the left. Left one is going to sneak underneath the right here. So again, finding that crisscross shape and just whatever variation is the opposite for you. Inhale, kind of pulse the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bending into the elbows. Drawing the forehead down. Inhale, lifting up. And this time we'll take the right cheek on down towards the earth as you kind of bend and round. And inhale to lift, and then it's the left cheek that's going to shift on down towards the floor. Then finally coming back up towards the center line. Begin to release the knees, guide the elbows in towards the chest. And so again, you can take opposite elbows here. That's just one variation that you can take. Or you can begin to find that double bind, to find our kind of Garudasana arms. So pressing the hands together firmly, lifting up through the elbows, squeeze through the center line. Exhale, Rounding the body on forward. Inhale, lifting up again. Breathe full and deep. Exhale, releasing it down. And then last time to lift our way up towards the center line. Unravel and extend these arms out wide to feel the wrist. And then from here, release the left hand down towards the floor. Bend a little bit more in your wrist on the right fingertips. And then breathing the right fingers all the way up towards the ceiling. Lift. Exhale. Ease that right heel all the way on down towards the right hip. That's one. Go ahead and do two more times, lifting up through these fingertips. Exhale, releasing down. Breathing one more time up through those fingertips. Then exhale, back across the horizon, extending both arms out. Lovely. Now tilting the right hand on down towards the earth. Bend a little bit more into the left wrist. Pulse those fingertips skyward. Lift and extend. Exhale. Release the left heel of the hand on down towards the earth. Inhale, breathing up again through the fingers. Exhale, ease it on back. You might even shift it further back in your periphery behind you. Last time, breathing up towards the ceiling. Exhale, simple release. And we'll come back towards the center line. Spread the fingertips really bright on top of the knees. And then we're going to take some smooth circles here. So bending into the chest, bend into the elbows too. Just kind of start to take these circles, opening on up. Yeah. And feel the lower back drape up and over and down, and up and over and down. You might even feel a little bit of organic movement in the neck and shoulders. Another inhale. Exhale. Bring it back towards the center line. You can switch out the cross of the legs so that the opposite leg is on top. And then take circles in the opposite direction. So dipping the heart and the chest on down. Feeling the hips press on down. Yeah. And just breathe full and deep. And give yourself another couple circles. Exhale, eventually coming back towards the center line. Inhale, breathe through the fingertips, lifting all the way up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, simply round the body forward, cast the fingertips down towards the earth, and relax. Take the gaze in towards the navel, and then give yourself 3 of your deepest and slowest breaths, coming into that fold right there. Deep, full inhales. Full exhales. Nice. Deep breath in. Exhale. Begin to slowly walk the body, walk the fingertips back on up in towards the chest. Yeah, coming back in. Inhale, breathe through the fingers. Then exhale, release the hands back on down towards the thighs. We'll work into the legs here. And for this, you can take this pillow, if you have a cushion or a bolster or anything, slip it underneath the sits bones and just kind of rock a little bit side to side to tilt the pelvic floor down. Extend long through the legs, opening up into this wide-legged sit so that your heels are really grounded in towards the floor and your toes are pressed and lift upward. Inhale, begin to slide the right hand down the length of the right leg. Breathe through the left fingertips up and overhead. And then continue to lift through the left fingers. Relax this left shoulder down just a few degrees. And then continue to extend this left arm all the way up and overhead, as if you're trying to wrap your left bicep around your left ear. One more deep breath. Exhale. Bring the left hand anywhere on down towards your right foot, or your right leg rather. It could be even around your knee. You might come down towards the shin. If you make it to your foot, that's fine. but not really overly concerned with that. Tending the fingertips on your right hand. Press down into the right fingers and begin to twist and rotate open towards your right shoulder. Continue to kick your foot into your hand if you have hold of it. If not, just press that hand into your leg wherever it is. Lift up a little bit longer. Another deep breath in. Exhale. Come back towards the center line. Press 10 fingertips on down towards the earth. Breathe length and stability into the spinal column. As you exhale, begin to bend into your elbows. Bring them out wide, east and west, still with kind of these tented fingers. Relax your jaw down towards the floor, and then feel the back of your neck really drape on down. Inhale, pressing strength into the floor, shifting our way back up towards a seat. Left hand is then going to glide down the length of the left leg. And then you might find yourself anywhere on the shin, the ankle, or the foot, peeling the right fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. And then slowly continuing to careen those right fingertips up and overhead so that ultimately you're trying to angle this right arm so that the right bicep is again kind of wrapping around that ear, shoulder. Continue to extend full and deep. Then exhale, releasing this right hand anywhere onto the right leg. Come into that twisting variation. So left fingertips tent right behind us. Press into the fingertips as you shift the shoulders up and open and gently wrapping the body over towards the left hand side. Take a deep breath. You just feel your sits bones underneath you stable, your heels pressed into the ground. Reminding yourself that it is indeed a good day to stretch and to breathe as you're ready, coming back towards the center line. Begin to zip up your legs, so draw the soles of the feet together. Wiggle into the toes a little bit more, and then we'll try and sit up a little bit more active in this posture. So we breathe through the fingertips all the way out, extending and lifting up and overhead. Exhale. Release the hands forward, coming into a forward fold. So we could be around the shins. Again, you might come a little bit closer towards the ankles. Maybe you make it to feet. But find whatever variation works best for you, for your body. Relax the jaw again as you breathe and ease your way down, stretching deep into the hamstrings and the lower back. Feeling the heels rooted on down towards the floor. Just taking a few breaths and feeling that sense of relaxation start to come across the fingers and the toes, and maybe it even travels up the length of the legs, into the calves, into the thighs, through the belly, coming up its way towards the arms and the shoulders. Another deep inhale. Exhale, release, and gently rolling on up towards the seat. Let's go ahead and adjust. And so from here, we'll take the pillow out from underneath and we'll simply set it aside. We'll come back to that when we shift all the way onto our back body. But I love to work into hips, and this is one of my favorite ways because it really gives you an option to, I suppose, pick the posture that best suits your needs. Spreading into the fingertips, maybe walking your feet or your heels a little bit farther away from the hips. Breathe up through the right foot and then crisscross it on top of that left thigh. And just begin to feel a little bit of movement. So we've been playing with this a lot in the past couple classes, but to feel that glute open and then really to pause on either side, that really is one of the best parts, I think, about this home yoga practice. Is you get to really, choose whatever best is suiting your body today. Maybe that's taking a little bit more time in one place or the other, or making a modification on your own needs. Coming back towards the center line, and then next time with the right foot shifts all the way over towards the floor. Plant that right foot down, spread right through the left fingertips. Peel the right arm up and open. And so here's where we're going to take some really big circles with this arm. Yeah, wrapping those fingers over, down, up, towards the side, feeling the shoulder open, and then reversing, taking it towards the opposite side, lifting up and open, up and open. And then as we're even lifting up through the right fingertips, shifting our way towards a kind of seat. And then you can even reposition the hips here so that they're pretty even on either side. Root down through this right foot a little bit more, and we'll take a twist. So from here, right fingertips 10, and extend over towards that right hip. Breathe through the left fingertips all the way up, lifting up. Exhale. Twist and connect, hooking that left elbow over towards the right thigh. Use that left elbow like a fulcrum to lift and open as we rinse out the spine, taking it over towards the right shoulder. Relax the jaw and relax the face. And gather another full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Gently unwind, unravel. Give yourself a little counter twist. So send both hands over towards the left hip. Plant them down. And just begin to press the left heel of the hand down as you shift your gaze over your left shoulder. Maybe you crack your back, maybe you don't. And then from here, you're going to have the option to come into a double pigeon posture. So what that could look like is simply taking the right knee and sliding it over a little bit more in space so that's nicely stacked on top of the left foot, and then left foot angled on top of your right knee. So we could be in this variation of posture. But if you're like, Amelia, that is not working for me, no funciona. Any hip or knee issues, which I totally get, it can be a pretty intense posture. I recommend reaching out for a pillow and then sliding that underneath so you get a little bit more lift here. And you can gently kind of set that shin down and just feel your way into the space. So we could be here again with that prop kind of bolstering us up. No injuries, it feels okay. You could have the shins just stacked one on top of the other, but do bring awareness towards your hips. You're probably feeling, at least I certainly feel, a lot of intensity there. And so oftentimes there can be this tendency to clench and to either hold on or to push away. But yoga teaches us to try and just sit with what is. And so I'll encourage you to flip up your palms wherever you are. Maybe even close your eyes and stop looking at the screen. Relax your mouth. And just tap into what is. I think so often when we first start meditating or coming into a mindfulness practice, we think that, this meditation or becoming really mindful is going to make us just totally chill, totally cool with everything. You're going to be like the Zen Buddha, no matter what comes your way. I think the more you learn about just the whole practice and what it's about, the deeper you kind of go into it, you realize, no, that's not actually what it's about. It's about becoming more okay with things as they are. And that's even if you feel really angry or upset or anxious or worried or joyful, whatever those feelings might be. Just learning how to sit with them, to not overly identify, and to move from one moment to the next. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Let it all go. Relax the hands back down towards the earth. Shift weight back into your hips as you take your hands back behind you. Relax both feet on down towards the floor. And then press your insteps together so that your knees are zipped up. And then tilt your knees over to the right, tilting the knees over to the left. Just kind of side to side, stretching into the outer hip area. And then once you're even, come back towards the center line. And then from here, press the fingertips in towards the hips. And then lifting up through the left foot, lifting long and strong. Begin to connect that left ankle on top of the right knee. And find your little movements here. Taking the left foot over to the right, over to the left. And give yourself just a little bit to notice the sweetness of coming into postures that might be really familiar, or maybe they're feeling new, but to feel a really simple kind of joy in moving and connecting with your body, in befriending yourself all over again, just moving and breathing. Next time that this left foot dips back on over towards the right hand side, bring the left foot down. Spread bright through the fingertips. And now left fingertips lift and extend up and open, lifting up. And then take your 3 big circles, opening up through the fingers. And one final circle, carving through these shapes in the air, and then reversed. Being really aware of the kind of patterns and shapes that your body takes as you're moving, as if you're making art, but with your body or dance. Once you're even on this side, lifting up through the left fingertips once again, and then beginning to draw yourself up towards a seated position. You can reposition the hips so that, again, more weight isn't overly spilling into the right hip, so that you're even and level. Root down with the left big toe, and then tenting the fingertips on the left hand. Draw it just outside the left hip, and then breathe. Right fingertips all the way up and open towards the ceiling. Exhale. Connect right elbow towards the left thigh. Gather your gaze over the left shoulder. Continue to hollow out your belly, so press your navel towards the backbone as you twist and breathe up and open over that left shoulder. 2 breaths. After that last exhale in this posture, relax back towards the center line. You can bring the hands on down, and then scooping up this left leg, we'll position for that fire log pose. So stacking the left heel just on top of the right knee, left knee on top of the right foot. And then again, you have the option to reach out for that pillow. If you want to just slide it on underneath to give yourself some lift, it doesn't feel quite so compressed, like there's so much pressure. But feeling whatever variation works best for you. It could be here. If it feels okay to come into this variation, relaxing into the hips. And so once again, breathing up through the fingertips, sending them high up towards the ceiling. As we exhale this time, 10 fingertips shimmer on down towards the floor. So bringing them down and just connecting. Relax the forehead. You might even walk the hands out a little bit farther down onto the floor. Full deep breaths in, even breaths out. A little bit more stretch in the hips. And then exhale, beginning to walk the hands back on in, closer towards the legs. And so from here, we're going to take it all the way on down towards our back body. So kind of prepping for some of the deep, deep restoration work. You can take the pillow and then slide it underneath your shoulder blades as you kind of slowly start to lower down towards the earth. You can kind of wiggle and reposition so that they feel kind of lifted and supported. And begin to stretch the arms long overhead. You can be a pretty big deep in the knees. Deep bend, that is, in the knees. Soles of the feet are on the earth. And then slowly begin to draw the arms out. So you're making kind of the top of a T or a cross pattern with the arms. Pressing the arms back together and then up and overhead. So working just a little bit more into the shoulders. As you start to glide them out, see what it's like to press the palm on down towards the floor. And gathering the hands back up towards the center line. And extending long. We're going to do this 5 more times. Draw the palm of the hand down towards the floor. And gather up energy back towards the center and extend the arms long. Flip the palm back on down towards the floor and gather it up and extend long. 2 more times, just you on your own. Move like you and just continue the breath coming really deep and really easy. Once you've completed those, draw the hands back in towards the heart space, feeling just kind of the sense of prayer coming back onto you. And then begin to release the hands down to the earth. You shift the pillow now so that it's coming underneath the small of your back. So a little bit more lift into the chest. Walk the heels in a little bit closer towards the glutes. Press the hands on down towards the earth and begin to lift up through the hips. So the heels are taking a lot of energy into the earth. The thighs are lifting up and open towards the ceiling. Just coming into a bridge pose. Another deep full breath in. Exhale, release it on down. One more time, inhale, pressing weight into the heels. Feel the hips lift on up. You can even lift the toes. It feels okay. Lifting up through the arms, sending the arms up and overhead. And then as we're lifted here, come back to that idea of that movement. As we extend, flip the palm down. Glide the palm on down towards the earth. Bring the hands back together and extend. Flipping the palm down, glide the arms out around you. Draw the hands back together and then lifting up overhead. Last one, flip the palm on down. Gather energy back towards the center line and extend. Release the hips down towards the earth. Heel-toe the feet a little bit wider and then just gently drape the knees over to the right, over to the left. Side to side, windshield wiper them out. And then coming into some final hip openers before we feel our Shavasana. Drawing the heels back underneath once again. You might choose to keep your pillow right where it is, or you can move it out to the side. Yogi's choice. But we'll breathe this right heel up towards the ceiling, kind of flex and bend into that ankle. And then bring the right ankle on top of the left knee. Yeah, just like that. You might choose to stay here. You might reach down, interlace your fingertips at the base of the left thigh, and then relax the head, relax the shoulders. It's one smooth breath of transition here. And as you let it go, feel yourself also releasing something else with it. Something that no longer serves you, something that maybe you walked in with that you'd like to actively set down. Release that left heel back towards the earth. Inhale, extend through the right leg, and then exhale. Release the right leg down, bend into the right knee. We'll lift up through the left leg. And coming into this side, again, give yourself just a little bit of a twist, of a stretch into the left ankle, left foot. And then once you're ready, this left ankle is going to duck on down. And it's going to situate itself just on top of the right thigh. You might feel good right here. Very good. If you want a little bit more stretch, lift up. Interlace fingertips at the base of that right thigh. Do flex into both feet and then relax the body on down. Shift a little to the right, shift a little bit to the left. Fill your lungs with these deep, strong breaths. Coming back to that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Final inhale. Exhale. Release. Right foot on down towards the floor. Left leg lifts up towards the ceiling, stretches, and then releases on down. We'll stretch it on out for Shavasana. You're welcome to stay as you are. You can always take legs up the wall or even reposition with a pillow, maybe moving it underneath the head. Relaxing the hands, relaxing the feet, relaxing the face, and coming down just for the next few minutes into a sweet Shavasana, a rest. Close the eyes and feel the face relax. Feel your hands and your feet just become heavy and open. And we'll come back to that idea of building strength one last time. Where is strength found? Not only in the highs, but neither only in the lows. It is found in the grasslands, in the wastelands, and the footpaths in between them, in your laments, your anthems, and the quiet hours in between. Strength can arise in these places, unexpected. You can go ahead and stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come out, you can take little movements, kind of rolling the wrists, taking the chin from one side over to the next. And in your own time and in your own way, pressing yourself up just to one last comfortable seat. And to honor our work together, building strength, finding community, and being better, braver versions of ourselves, we can all say namaste. Namaste, y'all. Thanks so much for joining today.